And if the water goes down close to zero, it's very different. There's a monkey behind me.
There is a monkey behind you.
That's what the ice does to people, you know?
So I'm with Barkai, who is the founder of ice swimming, and he's just going to share his thoughts on the evolution and journey of ice swimming over the last couple of decades.
It's an interesting question. I actually created it in 2009 after my second swim in Lake Zurich, 2.3 kilometer at 4 degrees. And I realized that very close to the end of definitely my ability, and I decided to formalize it into a sport for two reasons: for safety and for the integrity of records and achievement. And interestingly enough, I didn't know what name to give it, and I looked around and I thought ice swimming. And I know everyone says ice swimming, it's such a common phrase now, but in 2009 when I started, it actually didn't exist. If you went to ice swimming, people call up DPing or whatever. So the whole phrase and concept, and there's a lot of terminology that started since then, ice swimming. When I went swimming, there are only two people that actually swam in these temperatures and distance. It's Lynn Cox, and she swam more than a mile, and Louis Pugh, who swam kilometer and I'm not sure, maybe a mile. Yeah, and I think I was the first person to swim 2.3 kilometer or recorded or documented anyway. I had no idea what I started, and to be honest, I still have no idea where it's going, because it's still young, and we learned so much in the last 11 years. It's unbelievable. When I started, I just started with the ice smile, very clean, under 5 ice smile, purist, minimalist type of sport. What happened is that people start pushing boundaries of safety, and in 2014 I decided to start a 1 kilometer event. So basically channel the human spirit of competition and curiosity into speed rather than into distance. So the sport is growing in two interesting dimensions: the adventure side, which now with the IISA and the ice swimming adventure that I started, taking people to the Arctic, Antarctica, start evolving very well. And now the competition is taking off as well, and I think we are going to have some exciting news in the next few months about ice swimming. We're expanding the sport, we're getting more and more precise about rules of things that we can do, can't do, and we're not scared to differentiate ourselves from the standard swimming that we have, because it is different in some way. It is swimming, but it is different. Anyone, you've seen it yourself, anyone can do 100, 200 meter in cold water. When you go to a kilometer, it's different. It's very, you have pool swimming, which is a very individualistic type of sport. Then you have open water swimming, which is more of a team sport. And then you have ice swimming, which is a completely team sport. Of course, they're the best one and the winners, but even the winners know that if they don't have the other people around them, they can't get into the water. It's too dangerous. So there's a massive element of teamwork, camaraderie. You have to make sure that you have the second, the support, the doctor, the rewarming. It's not just on your own, and I think it's a new element to swimming. Pool swimming specifically, it's a very individual against individual. Here it's individual against themselves, first of all. I'd like to see ice swimming gets to the Olympic Games. I think it is a no-brainer. The Winter Olympic are fairly narrow in offering, and it has the same flavor. You know, it's extreme. Most of the sports in the Winter Olympics are absolutely mad when you see the guys, you know, Eddie the Eagle or the bobsledging or whatever. So I think ice swimming is going to fit in there very well. Logistically, it's not that complicated. You know, all you need is a pool. And that's it. And warming up and safety, we have enough knowledge. I think it will be a really exciting sport to spectate, especially in location where you do Winter Olympics, so there's snow and everything and ice. But that's not the main thing. You know what I'd like to see ice swimming growing into. I think it's changing the world of swimming. The whole concept of cold, what's possible, health-wise. You know, we grew up being scared of the winter. Now people are looking forward to the winter. So, ooh, temperatures are going down. Ooh, it's sub-5. We can start swimming. It's completely crazy, and swimming taking you to amazing places. I'd like to open. I started it already. Like to open Antarctica and the Arctic for swimming. Why not? I think every extreme sport, and there are extreme sports, whether it's the cliff diving, the base jumping, paragliding, big waves, in any extreme sport, it can attract people for the wrong reasons. So you have to be careful.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, as the sport evolves, some people are going to be stupid and going to go and do stupid things, and all we can do is try and educate everyone and warn everyone, but we can't prevent that. But the thing is that you actually see the vast majority actually becoming more aware of the benefit and the risk. I mean, when I started, I was a complete ice ninja. I went to Antarctica and dived into the water, dived in, and swam a kilometer in zero, and I had no idea whether I'm going to live or die. Apparently I managed to leave, you know. Now we have qualification, we have training, we have... So the evolution of the sport has a lot of positive things because there's so much knowledge now. So if somebody wants to go and swim in Antarctica, I had no one to ask. And the one or two people that were there weren't very sharing, you know, so we opened it up. Now, if you want to go and swim in Antarctica, there's so many people that you can ask about how to go about this, how to train, what's the risk. There's so much experience and knowledge. So the growth, bring in some of the ninjas, as we call them, the ice ninja I call them, but 95 to 99% of the people sharing the positive knowledge of that.
That's brilliant. Thank you.
See you and I.